Welcome, welcome. My name is Corey Hodge, and I welcome you to the number one episode of Task 5 Showtime, a series of a short season of a few episodes that are going to have provide you more and more information about what I have been able to learn, develop as a researcher, as a student that is very interested in using qualitative studies as my future research approach. So, this first episode, we are going to be talking about the assumptions that I've been getting to explore and form. And I remember this being one of the first classes that I was beginning to learn about different ways of approaching knowledge, approaching education. And what I will say is that I think when I was reading each of them, the positive is all of that. The critical theorist was the paradigm that aligned the most with who I am. Um, there was aspects of each and every one of them that I still kind of understood, but the second that I saw the critical theorist, that was something that stuck with me. Being able to really focus on both with studies and my overall life, my viewpoint and perception of the world that we live in, is thinking about the social realm, thinking about the cultural realms, and how those are able to construct a reality. There's a question of so much objectivity as a part of that, and a lot of life is subjectivity, whether it pertains to politics, whether it pertains to religion, whether it pertains to your favorite color. There's a lot of subjectivity that is able to have a higher weight than other aspects. So I really do feel like, again, with the critical theorists, that's something that once I read that and started to research a little bit more about that, I was at one point looking at my own reflection. So that is one thing that I definitely do align and identify as. And thinking about um, some of the absolute truths that I believe in, that is a complex rabbit hole that I'm going to save you, audience, on never taking you all down. But really, the absolute truth for me on a grand scale is that you really don't know all the truths until the end of time, and whenever that comes, whether we figure out that everything that we thought of was reality or not. A lot of life, whether it is with religion, whether it's with academics, whether it's with so many other forms that are able to really construct the world that we live in, the absolute truth is the best way to be is healthy. And I'm kind of thinking that in a more impromptu manner, because that's still something that I've thought about on a continuous manner, is that just the absolute truth, being healthy, being considerate, with being willing to be wrong, even when you thought you were correct, when objective truths and reality is able to be provided to share another way of thinking. The absolute truths is that things are able to evolve. What we once thought was confined to our solar system, it then explored out, expanded out. So again, it's the absolute truth is just it's safe to be willing to learn a little bit more. It's safe to admit that you were incorrect about something. And again, with the thoughts that I have with education and the progress of the world, being able to challenge theories, being able to challenge thoughts, being able to challenge laws and regulations in a sense that maybe for the betterment of the world in some simplistic manners or complex manners. Again, going back, a critical theorist is really thinking about the construct of the world that we live in, and so that is who I am. So again, this is the brevity of some of the other episodes that we are going to be providing to you all. But again, this is episode one of Task 5 Showtime. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good one.